Can you run us through your fitness journey, starting from the beginning?
Yeah, so I've always been into some form of fitness, whether it was weightlifting or football or something along those lines. But the diet was never really there.
Mm-hmm.
So I just progressively got bigger and bigger. Um, then where I kind of went off the deep end, like in 2016, my wife passed away.
Mm-hmm. Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. And I was in bad spot, pretty much eating feelings, you know.
Yep.
Then I had what they call a silent myocardial infarction. So I pretty much noticed I wasn't feeling right, but you weren't supposed to. And I guess it's like pretty much a heart attack. And yeah, I was hanging out on the couch being lazy and doing nothing, and came across the Shawn Ryan podcast with DJ.
Mm-hmm.
And that pretty much changed my outlook on everything, because he was talking about like his mental struggles and everything like that. And I was in the camp of like, dude's a SEAL, super badass. Like,
Yeah.
what emotions? Like, and that really connected with me. And during that, he talked about doing his 20-minute walks. And I couldn't do 20-minute walks, so I started off with like 7.
You couldn't do 20-minute walks.
No, man, it was
Just
awful.
because of the shape you were in.
Yeah, everything
It
hurt.
was that bad.
Yeah,
How heavy were you?
416.
Okay.
So start off with a 7-minute walk, which progressed to a 10-minute walk, to 12, 15, all the way up to 20. Once I could do that pretty comfortably, the weight started coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got into Vernon's program, the GBRS performance program. And that was the first time where I could approach a program, and I did it like day 1. I'm like, I can do that again. Day 2, I can do that again.
Mm.
And it was so varied that I never got stagnant. I always wanted to see what was coming next. And then 2 years later, I'm sitting here at 255, and it's
amazing.
I can work out with you guys.
Yeah.
And kind of hold my own. But yeah, that's pretty much been my fitness journey. And just keep on that train. I got a goal weight of 235, and Vernon will get me there. The program will get me there.
You're
the
getting there.
Feedback I get from you guys. I always tag you guys in like the Instagram and everything. So it's kind of feeling like as a singleton, doing it by yourself, when you can do it with people and they recognize, not from pictures, but they recognize the effort you're putting in. It's like kind of that extra pat on the back, like, just so you know, I showed up, I was here today.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you do anything, if you look back through, it's like I was here, and it just keeps me accountable. It's kind of a more for me than a pat on the back, I would say. It's just, if I don't post it, it's like,
You didn't do it, right?
right.
Yeah.
So it's, to me, is like, who, if anybody, like if Manny looks at it, it's like, you'd be like, there was no workout this morning. Be like, got me.
Yeah. If you tell your friends you're going to do something, now you have to do it.
Like when you were talking, it was like, you got a long drive in here. You got to wake up early. It's like, you say you're going to be there, be there. They kind of expect you to show up, and you show up. And I take from that too. It's like, Manny's doing it. It's like, my drive's not that long. I'm going. Like I've worked too hard to take like a lazy day or something. So
what, how hard was it to get started? Even with the 20-minute walks, progressing from 7 to 10?
Mentally, it was brutal, because you don't want to do it.
Right.
Like, you comfortable with being on the couch watching TV, feet in your face. You don't want to go out and do it. So it was the getting over the motivation. I pulled from you guys to start with.
Mm-hmm.
And that got me. It's like, they're doing it, I'm doing it. I don't want to do it, but I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then that leaded to my own motivation, where it wouldn't really matter what you guys were doing. It was cool that you were doing, but we were kind of doing it together, and just became my own.
Yeah.
Consistency was the biggest thing throughout my entire life that I was missing. Like, you get on whatever fad diet or whatever, back in the day, like P90X, and you do it for like 10 days.
Did Tybo?
And you're like, I didn't get any results from this. I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, back on the couch. Tybo. Yeah, that's super lazy.
Some
Right.
Billy Blanks action.
Yep.
Tybo. Yeah.
But once I got my own motivation, couldn't stop. So now it's 6 days a week, 3 20-minute walks, work out in the morning, you know, just knock it out, whatever it is.
Just for yourself, how do you stay motivated?
So I have that fat guy complex. When I look in the mirror, I still see that 416-pound person. There's nothing that I can do to really avoid that. I guess, you know, I see myself day in, day out. There's pictures, and somebody will take a picture now, and it's like, oh, well, yeah, I do look different. But when I look in the mirror, I see it. So the fight's hungry all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a constant, because that's what I see. I got to fix that.
Do you still see that today?
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of guys do that. A lot of people who have massive weight loss, they still see themselves as that person.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another hurdle you got to cross.
This is the next mental struggle. I don't know. It's because of the loose skin and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I would look a whole lot. I think I would feel better. I don't know if I'll go down that road cosmetically, you know, get that removed.
Mm-hmm.
Some people say to kind of treat it like a badge of honor, like look where you came from. It's like your reminder of all the work you put in. But there's always that, like the last KTC in April, like going back through those photos, it's like, fuck. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
like I did so much, like not going to look like DJ, but I did so much. I thought I would have looked better.
Yeah.
And you kind of just, it's a mental, it's constantly a mental struggle to be like, I put in the work. I look better than I think I do. I definitely feel better. That I can say, the energy is better. My mental, my mood, everything like that is better.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, progressing through, losing the weight, and you start feeling better. How big of a difference was that for you in terms of your daily life?
Massive. I would get out of breath rolling over in bed. My back hurt all the time. Going downstairs, I could hear my knees.
Mm-hmm.
Like in public, like that's my knees clicking. Like the amount of abuse I've put my body through is staggering. And now I'm fighting my way back through that, trying to, you know, get the right muscles to fire the right things to just like stand up straight. There's so many things that being that weight fucks with,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like you're used to like hunching forward, for instance, like sitting in this chair right now. It's like it's lean back, but my body so wants to creep forward. It doesn't have to, but it's so naturally like being that size. Breathing, like the sleep apnea, snoring, sleep recovery. When you have that weight on your chest when you're sleeping, or on your side, or on your belly, it's there's really no good position when you're that weight. You don't bring in enough oxygen. So I was tired all the time.
Yep.
All day, 12 hours of sleep, 6 hours of sleep, 8. I've tried everything. It's like I'm just not getting enough sleep. I'm getting too much sleep. No, I'm just not getting enough oxygen. That's what it is. And so that would plague anything that you wanted to do, like carrying groceries in.
Mm-hmm.
Tired before you hit the door. Like it's 20 pounds worth of groceries.
At 400 some odd pounds, it's got to be.
It's just that extra weight on you just weighs you down. And yeah, that's brutal.
Have you adjusted your lifestyle in terms of your nutrition?
Yeah.
As you progress with the fitness?
Yep.
And how did that look? What were the struggles you faced initially?
Initially, quantity. There was no full. There was eat until you're sick. I could sit down and put down like a whole grande meal myself, whole large pizza myself, whole sub, like big, massive Wegman sub myself, and with chips, and then have dessert after that. So there was tweaking that had to be done to portions. And then once I figured out that I could essentially leave stuff on the plate and be satiated, that I didn't mentally, it was a mental thing. Like, you're not actually hungry. Once you could defeat that and then seg out between that and working out, then that's where pounds just started falling off. And now I'm eating like my body's a machine, what it needs. Like, I tried the apps, like MyFitnessPal and stuff. And it's like, it gives you a good idea,
right? Tracking your calorie
of like
intake.
what you should be doing. Like,
Yeah.
how much protein am I actually bringing in? It's like 54 grams. It's like, okay. But like the carbs is 400. So like, we need a shift for that. But once you have a base, you can be like, I know that like I need this, but I don't need the bun for that.
Yeah.
But you can still have it. That's the other thing, is like the constraints that the diet culture puts on stuff is like no carbs. It's like your body needs carbs. It just doesn't need the abundance. Like, you don't need that whole bag of Doritos. But if you have 2 handfuls, more than likely you're fine. And it's the day in, day out, day in, day out. So like, if you have a Snickers right now, the old me, like, I'd have a Snickers now, maybe later, tomorrow. It's the add-on. It's all the progressive. So it's like, you can mess up and then, or just treat yourself. And it doesn't matter. Just try not to do it and do better tomorrow. And that's, again, 1% better. Did I do better than I did yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Did I stumble? Yes. But I'm back on it today. Everything's right. You know, you don't get on the scale. It's like, I gained 2 pounds. It's like, it's water fluctuation. It's like, you really have to understand that you didn't eat 2 pounds worth of food. Old me could have, but not new me. That's excessive.
That was me yesterday.
That's fine.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
I haven't seen you eat at all today, though.
You just wait.
But I mean, technically you're intermittent fasting. So
I don't know about that. But I mean, no, I agree. I mean, that's the hard part of, anyone can come in and work out, but the nutrition part is what I struggle with. So I can relate to you. I haven't gotten to a point of like over 300 pounds. I think years ago I was at 280, but I cut that down back to like 230. I'm at 239 now.
nice.
So did you have any, you don't have to disclose in full detail, but did you have any medical issues prior to working out that you've noticed have gone away? Aside from, I'm guessing CPAP. I don't know if you're still on CPAP.
So actually, no, I never did the CPAP. I just had sleep apnea.
Okay.
But again, my mental, I wouldn't allow myself to put the mask on. I was like, this is stupid. I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not, because here's the thing. If you get used to doing that, you won't fix the root problem. It's a Band-Aid.
It is.
So, I had a fatty liver. So they had to remove a portion of my liver out because it was actually causing issues with filtering or whatever.
Yeah.
I had to have my gallbladder removed because of my weight. That's it really medically, besides like your lab numbers. Like, my cholesterol was through the roof. All the HDL, HLD, whatever.
Yep.
It was like they're all bad. All bad markers. Like, we got to fix this. Okay. And then now, like, my last lab, it's like everything's green.
Good.
It's like, this is stellar. Like, and then with the fitness, it actually brought up that good cholesterol, that the one that protects your heart.
Yeah.
They're like, that's impressive. That's good too. I was like, yeah. So, yeah, everybody's happy with everything.
Good, man. I'm glad you're feeling better. It can be hard if you're just doing it by yourself.
It can.
So, I mean, that mental resiliency, that mental toughness to be able to keep going when no one's around you, That's commendable.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I've seen that both ways because it wasn't it wasn't like my wife passing away. That was obviously a big deal. But when you're married and you're sitting next and they have pizza and you're sitting over there trying to be good, that's difficult too.
Yeah, very difficult.
Because it's like, how much you spend on that?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll just have one, maybe two.
Just a taste.
3 would be fine.
Just a little taste.
We're good.
Yeah.
So you can get it both ways. I mean, I'm in control of my environment for what I bring in. It's not, so it's all on me. Like, I don't have that outside peer pressure. It's like, you should try this. It's like, it's really good. Like, all right, I'll try it. It's like me. It's like, I can't have ice cream if I don't buy it.
Right.
I can't have a big bag of chips if I don't buy it. So you just got to be thinking, like, when you're grocery shopping, it's like, I'm not going to let myself starve. I'm not going to not treat myself to, like, some things I enjoy. But it's all quantity. It's all just cutting it down. You don't actually need as much as your brain's telling you.
Mm-hmm. That switch, too, from living, say, in your case, like a 400-pound life, that switch in your mind from saying, hey, I'm eating this amount, this is what I'm used to, and then switching it to, you know what, I'm gonna dwindle it down to just the essentials, to just what I need.
Yeah.
Like having that control, I mean, that's impressive, dude.
Thanks. Yeah. Like, I don't think it's impressive. It's just healthy. Honestly, the way that I look at the way that I used to eat is gross. I mean, to sit down, like, grew up getting picked on in high school and stuff. You were always the overweight kid. And then to just play into that stereotype, like, I'm going back for seconds. It's like, figures. He would. Yeah. It's like, I bet you he grabs that third slice of pizza. Yep, he did. Hold on, wait. Dessert's coming. Mm-hmm. Just look. Whatever. And then you start emotionally eating, because then it's like you're already in it and you feel like people judge you, but most people really don't care. But it's like that outside, like, to have that reaction alone should tell you probably overdoing it.
Yeah. Like,
even subconsciously, you're like, I feel like I'm being judged by what I'm eating. Well, look, there's like 6 candy wrappers and a bag of potato chips in front of you. I think you're judging yourself. Like, what you're doing is excessive. Like, it's only going to get worse from here. So, yeah.
What are your short-term goals and long-term goals?
So I got to talk to Vernon about it. So short-term goal is actually like a midterm goal. So I want to hit goal weight 235.
Okay.
As you get closer, as you're aware, it kind of slows down. So it's like keeping after it, staying hungry. So I pushed that goal to my 38th birthday in April. So I'm giving myself a pretty decent amount of time to lose 20 pounds. And then the thing I got to talk to Vernon about is I want to stay 235, but lose fat. So I know, like, the cycling, like if you want to put muscle on, caloric, like a lot of calories, and then work out, and then reduce calories. But I don't want to. I'm giving myself like a 5-pound window to play with, just to like see if I'm keeping myself in control. 235, 240. It's like, if I hit 240, whatever I'm doing, dial it back. But I'd like to stay consistently in that weight range. But I'd like to drop my fat percentage without, like, starving myself, or like, because that's going to come from muscle too. So I want to keep muscle but lose fat and stay around that weight. So I kind of want to get with him and see how we can do that with the program. If it's more cardio, more weights, different eating, try and figure out what's going to make that goal. So that would be my long-term goal. So I'd like to get underneath 15% body fat, because I was at 53% body fat and now I'm at 29. So I think 15, 18, somewhere in there. I don't know.
It's what's optimal for you.
Yeah.
What you'd like.
So I could like walk in here and be
Yep.
like you guys.
I don't know. Well,
And look like you guys.
No,
Or at least
not me.
At least your calves.
Right.
I want the definition of the calves.
Takes a lot of work, dude.
And then once I can do that for a year and a half, if I can do that, if as close as I can get.
When you do that.
When I do that, then I'll address the cosmetic stuff. See if that's something, because I don't know if dropping the fat will bring it up to a range where I'm like, I'm cool with that. So we'll see. We'll have this discussion again in a year or two and see where it's at.
Love to have that.
Yeah.
Like a progress update.
For sure. We'll get down on it at least in April.
Yeah.
I'll hit that for sure.
Good.
And then it'll be the figuring out how to do it after that.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, dude.
And thank you.
All right. Let's do this KTC. It'll be a good time.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. I think we're good. You know what I will say, though? You can cut this. You don't need to record. Fat guy habit is this. I just saw you do it. I used to do it.
Dude, you can't.
This is subconscious fat guy habit. Just the shirt tuggers. It's something you do when you're fat. You don't know. You have a fucking six-pack, Colin. But, yeah, fat dudes do this. People in general.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's because it gets stuck in your rolls.
It gets stuck in your...
Like when you go from a standing position and then it sits all in here and you feel like this looks way worse. So what you do is and then if you just move, it's like, oh, it might be stuck in here.
It's like when your ass eats your underwear. It's like,
So what I'm finding out, because I dropped down to XLs.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
Is, dude, my range of clothing.
Are you wearing an XL now?
No, it's a 2.
Oh, okay.
My range of clothing with you started at, I didn't fit into any of your clothing.
Mm-hmm.
I have photos from like when I put on like the first 3XL hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this doesn't fit like my 3XL Carhartt hoodie.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm pretty sure I'm this size, but it was like that tapered fit. I was like, so I worked into the 3XLs and now I'm at the 1X. When you have less material, you don't do it as much.
Have less tug.
Yeah. So like the last drop was my first extra larges that I got from you guys, and I put them on and I was like, but I sat down and I was like, just once, there's not enough material to float in.
Yeah.
So I will say, because coming from that way, you always wear oversized clothing.
Yeah.
And it's the fabric just gets stuck in there.
Yeah, that's what Jared and I started wearing. We wear XLs, but we started moving to 2XLs, but that's because we're getting sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I agree though. Like, I mean, ours getting like a little broader shoulders. Like, it's a little tight up top, but yeah, the bottom part you just keep tugging it. That's one mentalities of like trying to overcome from being a fat person I don't know, man. I'm not PC. Like a fat guy is like switching your mindset from I don't have to keep tugging anymore, because I've seen some dudes who've lost some weight and they still do it because it's just a habit.
Dude, it's like if you ever smoked, and you get used to this, then that turns into like candy and stuff.
Yeah.
It's normal for me. I've done it since I was like 12.
Yeah.
Because I've always been that fat kid. It's like always.
Yeah. You always find some fucking reason to grab a pillow cushion so you put on your. No, my arm's comfortable. No, man, you're hiding your fat. That's what it is.
Well, that plus my neck hurts from slunched down. I was like, just raise this up.
Yeah, that's what I found. I found myself looking at myself like one time. It was like some video. I was like, oh, I'm doing the fat tug, the shirt tug, just doing this.
Yeah. Get less fabric.
Yep. Get less fabric.
The only time it's really a thing is like, because I mean, realistically, between a 2XL and like an extra large, like it still sits on your love handles. Mm-hmm. And you just be like, this is what people see anyways.
It's hard to beat that. The love handle is so hard to lose.
Dude.
Yeah.
But when you really look at it, if you wear a 2X and then you look in the mirror and you do a 1X, it's like, it's the same. Like it drapes right there regardless. But now it's tight, like where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So you feel better about that.
Did you do any like keto or any intermittent fasting?
I've done them all.
You've done them all.
Done them all.
So now you're just doing portion control.
Portion control.
That's what got you now to where you are.
Yep.
At
257.
Okay.
It's probably like 259 now after last night. But
Yeah, I feel like it's the diet that you can live with. It's just portion control, not eliminating. It's so hard to eliminate things.
yeah, but like, all right, so I went to Yard House
Mm-hmm.
last night. Burger,
Mm-hmm.
right? I got their barbecue thing. So it's like I want all the protein, take top bun off, and then I got the Parmesan truffle fries. So burger, top bun off, half the fries on a scotch. Old me, olive burger, olive fries, get a dessert, couple of sodas. You know, that's.
You don't do diet. You do regular soda too.
I don't really. So I do like Fresca.
Okay, Fresca's good.
It's 0 calorie. It doesn't say diet on the can, so I feel good about that. But primarily, I was never a big water drinker. But when you guys did the collab with Raw, got me into
Kind of
Hydrate.
put a little flavor in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
those
got
are
me
so
into
helpful.
Hydrate.
Yeah,
So then now it's like I do Hydrate. It's 0 calorie all the time.
yeah,
Or I'll do like those bomb energies. But
Yeah.
I'm not heavy into like diet sodas or sodas in general.
Yeah.
Just I need some sort of flavor.
yeah, yeah. I mean, water for me has never been an issue, but cutting out soda was good. So I'm not I still do the diet soda thing. It's not supposed to be good for you anyways, which I do believe that. If you want to make something taste natural from an unnatural process, I feel like there's some sorcery going on there that can't be good for your body.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I'm. That's what I was curious about. It's just like,
Oh, I don't
also
eat
do
after
diets.
7.
you don't.
I
eat
try
after
not
seven.
to.
Try not to.
Yeah, sometimes your schedule doesn't really work out with that.
Mm-hmm.
But when I start adding in that third walk, I do it right after I eat. So if it is at like 8 or something, because I work evening shift,
Mm-hmm.
then at least I know, like, take a quick 20.
Yeah.
And I've worked some of it, like I've got the process going.
Yeah.
But yeah, my big thing is I'd eat in bed. That's, you can't do anything with that.
Yeah.
So even, you can't outwork a bad diet.
Yeah.
So if you eat at 11, head hits the pillow at like 11:30 because you ate so much, you're like, yes. Get horrible sleep, wake up, you can work out for 3 hours. You keep doing that, it's not going to help anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I do remember when I did keto and I matched it with intermittent fasting, that's when I dropped fast.
The results are good.
Yeah, they are.
But you can't stick with it.
It's hard to stick with it because you will always crave something that's not on the list. Right. Like mine was pizza. Like I spent like a better 2-3 hours one night just scrolling through Barstool Sports Pizza Review Time. Oh man, that pizza looks so good. Oh, that crust, there's no flop. It's cheese, there's too much Parmesan. Oh, that looks so good. So we did intermittent fasting keto, my wife and I, for maybe 8 months. And like for our anniversary trip, it's like, you know what, we're gonna break it, have pizza this one time. Terrible. Downhill from there.
Right.
Best pizza ever. May not be a good pizza, but it was the best because I haven't had it in a while. But after that, it was so hard to get back into it.
That's the thing, is like the diet culture of like picking a camp like keto, like low carb.
Mm-hmm.
The thing you can't have is the thing that you want the most.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you hit that mental break point and you actually indulge in it, you're like, well, I had it yesterday. I'm going to have it again today.
Yeah.
Or it's like, I'll have it. If you don't, like if you just portion it, you have whatever you want. Literally. So like you could have pizza every single day and you're not going to gain weight as long as you're not exceeding the amount of calories you should have in a day.
Mm-hmm.
You could have 1,500 calories of Reese's Pieces. Like it's all candy. It's just like you're not going to get gains from it. But as long as your metabolic state says you can burn 2,000 and you went to the gym, you're not going to gain weight.
Are you doing 2,000 a day? Is that your goal?
So it's roughly between 1,800 and 2,200.
Okay.
Depending. Because I found that anything less than that and I would stall out. So if I have a bad day where it's like I only ate once and you bring in like 1,000 calories, that will haunt me for like 3 days. Like, because your body is like, oh, nope, he's not eating. And then it won't let you lose any weight. is what I found.
Yeah.
So I try and fall in that window. Just be smart.
Yeah, you would think though calories is calories no matter what kind
It really is.
Yeah.
You know, it's 1,500 calories of carbs, 1,500 calories of protein. You know, if you could eat like 4,000 calories of salad, but you only burn 2,000, you're going to gain weight.
Mm-hmm.
But all I ate was salad. But you ate too much salad. What do you mean? It's like, it's just, so if you don't, you know, subscribe to like, I can't have that, you never get in that fiend mode where it's like, oh my God, chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
And then you eat so much chocolate.
Yep.
Then like the next trip, you know, you get a little bit more. It's that one thing you're trying to cut out. Just be like a little bit.
Yep.
Satiated. Good.
Yeah.
And if you have a few too many, whatever, do better tomorrow. But don't, I can't have it.
Yeah.
Like that's the biggest mistake is like, oh, I can't have bread. Or I can't when I did, because I did Atkins, I've done keto, I've done paleo, I've done whatever that all you can eat is meat diet. Dude,
Carnivore?
The carnivore diet?
Yeah.
That had the opposite effect for me. So I lost weight, but my labs were trash because the amount of fat that you bring in.
Cholesterol's probably up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the weight was coming off. So I was like, yeah. But then you go to the doctors and they're like, stop.
Yeah.
Like you already have liver problems. Like I don't know what you're doing, but I'd rather see you slowly lose weight than it's not cool you dropped 30 pounds and did this to your body.
Yeah. Great weight loss. Also, you're going to have a heart attack next week.
Right?
Yeah.
And when you already had one. It's like, I don't want that again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, you're 38. I'm turning 43 because I'm old. That's like the age range of people who aren't fit to start having cardiovascular issues. You guys our age, my age especially, that's when you start getting heart attacks. And you get paranoid, like every single tingle in your arm is like, oh, this is it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm going.
Man, this is it.
Quick Google.
Yeah.
Oh, should call 911. Yeah, for sure.
I think it should be all right. All right. Okay, I think I'm good.
You know what the other thing?
Good.
It's like, so guys our age, it's hard to get started.
It is.
But that one thing you asked about motivation, if you start later, it's only going to be harder.
Yep.
It's like that extra, like that year. Like if I started a year later than what I did, like if I didn't come across DJ's podcast and be like, who knows how much more of a struggle this would have been.
Right. Yeah. But you're right though. Having accountability, and if you have a hard time holding yourself accountable, tell somebody.
Yeah.
Tell somebody you'll be there at 7:00 in the morning.
Absolutely.
That's what I did. I said, all right, listen, I'm going to be here at 7:00 in the morning with fitness. And then I said, shit, now I got to be there at 7:00 in the morning with fitness. And I've rarely skipped in the past, 2-3 years.
But you probably got a good reason if you do.
I do.
It's not, I'm sure your reason isn't like, nah. Like I'm just being lazy today. Man, he's taking a couch day today.
Yeah. But those are the days, though, that determine who you really are the days you don't want to go, and you still go.
Yeah.
Because I've had those days. Like, it's cold. It's like, I don't want to get out of this bed. I want to stay an hour worth of sleep. Just one more hour of sleep. It's like, no, I can't, because I told those guys I would be there at 7. But more so it's for me.
You've done it long enough that I bet you 100% that extra hour of sleep you got was horrible. And wasn't worth it. And you probably should have gotten up. And now you're kicking yourself because you let everybody else down.
Oh, it's even worse when you sleep extra, because now you're groggy.
Yeah.
That's why I find myself experiencing to be groggy and even more tired, it seems like, than just jumping out of bed. Like, 5 o'clock hits, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm up, I'm moving around, do everything, out the door 5:30. Might get stuck in traffic for an hour. I don't know.
But you plan for that, so you can be here at 7.
Yep. But always get here 7:10 at the latest. And if you don't make it that day for fitness for some reason, do it on the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you find the excuse of like, oh, I don't have time?
Always.
Always.
There's
Isn't it
always
so
something.
easy?
You never want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't. Like, I love this program. I don't want to go. Like, once I get there, the hard part's getting to the gym.
Mm.
Once your foot's in the door, like, I'm here. And then, I look at, like, the night before, what am I doing tomorrow? It's like, usually the worst time to do is like Wednesday night when you're looking at leg day.
Oh, well, we love leg days here. So.
No. Like, I don't want to do any of it. Yeah. But once you get there and you get it done, like, that sense of accomplishment, but that it's the hardest part's hitting the door. And especially like where I am. So in Syracuse, we 2 feet of snow is a thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, it's cold. I got to brush my car off. I got to deal with people that forgot how to drive in the winter. It's only 12 minutes away. It's going to take me. Can I work out at home? I'd rather. No, you're going to go. And then you get there and do it. And then by the time you're home and you shower, you're like, all right.
Made the right decision, right?
That was good.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it tomorrow, but we're going to do it tomorrow.
What's your favorite day in the program?
Friday.
Friday?
Friday.
Arm Farm Friday?
Arm Farm Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably the best workout for me. Like, it's where I feel the strongest. Mm-hmm. Like, you would think carrying around a lot of weight, like my legs are strong, but I feel the strongest on Arm Farm Friday. Plus, I know Saturday's coming, and it's just recovery Saturday. That's the other thing with consistency. I like that it's a 6-day program, so I only get one day to really like. I understand that recovery is important.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you missed even just that recovery on Saturday, you have those 2 days off. Monday's so much worse because you've been out long enough where you're like everything's a little bit extra creaky, a little extra tight, and it's that little bit harder. Versus if you just do that light active recovery on Saturday, treat Sunday how it should be treated. Like, my body needs a break. Like, I did it through, and then go back and hit it again.
Do you have any? Is there a favorite workout you have in the program that you like aside from Friday, or more so, is there a workout that you do extra?
Yeah. So
program
grip work, and then on leg day, I add in leg extensions on top of it. I want to hobble out of the gym.
Get a good burn out of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll add those in. I add in the grip work. I'm looking at, so when it starts snowing, those 20-minute walks kind of are gonna have to be done at the gym. So I'm gonna do weighted vest walks this winter at an incline they've been talking about. Just knock that off for the cardio bit. Kind of looking forward to that.
That's good.
So I'll be adding that in.
Yeah. I remember walking in the snow, 2-3 feet of snow as a kid, and that's no fun. So I'm with you on that one.
You get sweaty putting on the stuff that you need to put on to go outside.
Then you're cold because it's cold outside.
Right.
Yeah.
And you look like that retard. You got the balaclava on, and then a snow hat, and then thermals on.
Dude, I mean, I gotta tell you, I really commend you for having that motivation because you're doing it all by yourself. Seriously, like it's easy for us here because we have other guys here. So when we go out for a 20-minute walk and it's 15 degrees outside, it's because DJ's going, so I'm gonna go because I don't want to be the only guy who doesn't want to go. Who's not going? We're all going. We all suffer together.
See, so yeah. So misery loves company.
Right.
But I don't think you guys understand the impact that you have on social media to the people
I don't think we do.
That aren't there.
Yeah.
So because I get up after you guys, so you guys start working out when I get up. So you guys are hitting the walk by the time I'm at the gym.
Okay.
So I pop on, I do my normal thing, hit Instagram and run through the top. DJ, Cole, Joey, just hit who showed up, who didn't show up. That's a huge, it's December. I'm watching these guys walk. I'm doing it.
It's cold, dude. It's cold.
It is cold.
Through your shins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like you're already back inside getting warm when I'm ready to do it. It's like they already did it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's I don't want to say it's stupid, but it's motivating as well as what's the word I'm looking for? It really feels like a group.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how else to put it. Like when I tag you guys in whatever I'm doing, it's like I feel a part of something. I don't feel like I'm out there alone.
Yeah.
And so you being around people, you know the influence that can have.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I know that I can't post this until I'm done.
Yeah.
I can't flub these numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I can't show yesterday's walk. Somebody could call it out. Like, you got to put it in.
Yeah.
And, like, it's a big deal to feel that inclusive.
Yeah.
And I think you guys just do it for whatever you do it for. I don't know. Like, I know DJs, like, I do this for me.
Yeah.
It's like, but, like, when you do it, like Davis does it, like all you guys do it, marketing aside or whatever aside, whatever your goal is, whatever you do it for, it does reach out and touch everybody.
Yeah.
It's like your thought of like, you're all just normal people. It's like I could text you a day before. It's like, what a horrible day. But Manny was out there this morning. I'm going, what did I do yesterday? What makes me different? I'm going to go out.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you guys hold me accountable. And that's super appreciative.
Yeah.
That's kind of part of my motivation. That gets me through to the part that's like, it's already done. I'm late. They're looking at you. Put in the work. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. So, thank you.
Well, thank you, dude. I mean, you are pretty consistent. It is. It's motivating to see people. If only there's a way to bring us all together, because we're all scattered. Like, if there was a way, that'd be fantastic.
It would.
Yeah, but no, it doesn't go unnoticed. Like, oh, there's James Walken or this other guy, Jeremy, or all these dudes, right? It's been with a group. It's humbling that people think about us in that aspect, but it's also cool to see that, hey, it's not about the hoodie, the sweaters, the hat. It's actually a lifestyle of trying to make yourself a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, my motivation may be different from yours or whoever's, but the goal is the same.
Right.
To get better.
I mean,
And it shows when you do it.
I'm not going to say that the clothing doesn't help, because when I put on like a GBRS group thing, it happened to me the very first time that I could fit into something from you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I felt part of it, like I earned it.
Okay.
So it might sound weird, but you could look at me and be like, if you know what GBRS represents and you are wearing that, you have to be striving to be to that level. You have to be, you can't, like, if you're going to rob a bank, don't wear our shit. You know what I mean?
God forbid.
But if you're going to be positive,
Yep.
you know, you don't want to look like a schlub. People that see you wearing that know what it's about. It's, again, the inclusivity. Mm-hmm. It's like, I subscribe to the brand because the brand supports me. And then I wear the brand because I've earned it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like getting your patch.
Yeah.
I may have bought it.
Yeah.
But, you know, when I walk through the door and you see me, or DJ Cole, anybody sees me and I'm wearing it, you don't turn around and be like, oh, this 400 pound wearing our shit.
Mm-hmm.
Sending the wrong message.
Yeah.
I wish he didn't buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No.
So, unfortunately, that also means I wear GBRS stuff like 7 days a week, because it's kind of like, it's holding me to a standard. To, like, the decisions I make, like, outside of fitness of everything, is like, am I being a professional? Am I being 1% better? Was I nice to this person? You know, because I feel like I'm representing the brand and I hold it so highly, and you guys so highly, that it elevates my own self-being. And that's a day in, day out.
Yeah, I did. I agree with you, man. Like, I know I work here, so it might be biased, but I agree with you. Like, to some extent, really following the message, I find myself asking, like, is this the right thing to do?
Yeah.
Am I being a professional? Am I, you know what I mean? Like, you really take those messages to heart and live it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's gotten me probably out of jams than more than anything else. Because if it was just regular old me, I probably would have ran my mouth and got my ass kicked. But I stopped myself and says, you know what? It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the right thing to do is just be a fucking pro about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, let's get out of here, dude.
All
Thank
right.
you so much, James. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Come on, give me a hug, buddy. Real. Don't show my legs.